and welcome to this week's edition of Situational Awareness. I'm your host, Mark, and I'm joined, as always, by the Chaos Crew and our wonderful DM. Let's take it around the horn.
Rich playing Theo.
Howard playing Toulouse.
Ryan playing everyone else.
Handsome Huff's blacksmith stuff.
There was not going to be a blacksmith in this until Howard asked if there would be one
For the
a minute before we started playing.
I needed to know so that I can make this machine.
Yeah, I mean, going into this campaign, I was like, I need a shield.
Yeah, you're actually. It's interesting because, like, for a lot of barbarian, they just go with like the biggest weapon possible. But because you're kind of like roguey, it kind of makes sense to have a shield and a dagger, or a shield and your little hammer. So, yeah, it was a fun one. Nice, big, meaty roleplay one. Yeah. You guys talked to a lot of insane characters tonight.
I love everybody in this town.
Yeah. So far, I don't really have a problem with anybody.
Jurg is the man.
Oh, that one sister, Nancy, doesn't seem to like me.
Jurg got like more Italian as I was
I noticed.
I am Jurg.
So is Nancine the
Nancine is the
Allfather or the Krizik?
Krizik worshiper.
Of course she is.
Yeah. We'll see.
Probably feeling pressure from Krizik.
Yeah, well, I think the interesting thing here is that like a lot of money flows from Windmere here from the Krizik Church. So it's kind of like,
going to do them if the friggin' plants kill everything.
Exactly. Yeah, that was a fun one though. You guys got like so much roleplay done, which I thought was awesome. You guys are just like schmoving through it. I'm really excited you guys made a really smart deal. Just like, we'll fix the green problem if you help us out, which worked out great.
Well, I mean, after the Nat 20 taco, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could say anything.
Yeah. Oh my God. Again, another one of those like legendary Nat 20 moments in this campaign.
What was it? I rolled the 18 first. I'm like, okay,
I know,
it's
saw
gonna
the
be
18 come up,
but
and
the
I was like,
only way I could get away with murder is if I get the Nat 20.
I had like kind of in my head sort of like set DCs for each of the siblings. It was like the king, you're going to have a bonus to because he's non-religious. The other two were kind of like a little bit harder. But a Nat 20 Taco was like, oh, he's just going to hardcore go with anything these guys want. Like he's, especially like a beer guy, like
hops.
That first time you have like a nice ice cold beer and a taco in the summer, like that feeling is magic. So it 100% worked. But yeah, that was crazy. Great job. It was so funny, you guys interacting with Jurg.
I love Jurg. I love him.
I got to get my workshop going.
Make it a boom.
I make it the boom.
Yeah, it is hard for me to stop putting scraggy little kobolds in every fucking campaign I run because they're the most fun NPCs. Oh, I love kobolds.
They're awesome.
We're going to like hardcore get into it with Jurg, right? He knows the Justi.
Yes, that is true.
Like, knows them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jurg is like a much older kind of like scrapper. And obviously Yarno knew your family. So I thought it would make sense if his uncle would have known him as well.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, you weren't from Titagol always.
Right.
You know, you came down that way. So I was like, oh, they would have probably passed through here. And if I give you guys a Scrapper Connect, to me, it made sense that there would have been a connection there. And I had always kind of had it planned that Ellie had gone over the mountain into here, robbed the fuck out of this museum, and then made a run for it into the Underdark with her stolen tech.
Yeah, which makes sense because Jurg was like, oh, it was 10 years ago. I got a great memory.
Yeah.
And then Kiki says she acquired the gun 9 years ago.
Yeah.
So she spent a little time.
Yep.
Well, now with the Nat 20 taco, and if we solve the creeping green, we might not even need to do the heist.
I mean, we should still do the heist.
I don't know if they're going to hand that kind of stuff over.
Well, I mean, we just pull the old drunkard aside and say, hey.
Yeah, it'll be tough. I mean, the museum is, as we've been told, kind of a Krizik propaganda museum now, almost.
So we just have to kill Nancine.
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
That fucking bit with the statue was hilarious. I am so glad of all the spells to pick with Shadow Touch. You're like, that's the dumbest one. That's the one I want.
I'm going to make the statue look stupid.
I'm looking at the thing now. So apparently it's only supposed to be in a 1 foot cube that I can do.
That's fine. It was around his head mostly.
I wanted to let you know that way, just going in going forward, it's certain stuff. But I figured messing up
for the bit.
statue
No. For the bit, it was like it made sense that you fucked his head up.
Yeah.
Like that's the area you made look lame. I was like, in my head, I was like, fuck, what's that rock that's like really brittle? Shale. I'm like, I've got the joke. Yeah, crazy. Huff, I was slipping into gulp a little bit with the voice. I kept trying to like, I'm like, okay, make the like my like breath bigger so it doesn't come out as like that like downtrend gulp does. I'm Huff. It's like bigger.
Nat 20 persuasion on him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, what is going on with you today,
You had
Faluga?
what,
You've been
like 3 nat 20s in 4 rolls or something like that.
Crazy.
I don't know how you did that.
yeah,
It's fantastic.
I really like when the dice are helping the role play along.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, it's also really funny because none of you have charisma.
No,
like,
yeah.
as a stat. I don't think
Just
anyone
really
has like
played to
higher
his
than like a
advantage.
10 or a 12, but you guys just, sometimes you don't need a roll. It's like if you're giving, again, you guys have used the tacos as this like perfect kind of thing. And I think it was so funny, like you told Jeff, like food is a cornerstone of this religion.
It is.
really is.
It is.
Is
Jeff-
food not a cornerstone of every religion?
That's very true. Very, very true. I mean, most religions just an excuse to like hang out once a week and eat. So, I get it.
and what like builds bridges faster than like a good meal,
Totally. Jeff is so funny to me.
especially to a
I
drunk.
love Jeff.
Jeff is like another example of like making up a character on the spot and then like finding out like, oh, I actually really like this NPC a lot.
Yeah,
I like a guy that is just like all in on Bleebly.
Dude, he's not going to be able to handle.
I'm excited to see. Again, I feel like Jeff is going to be the first in a long line of weird dudes who are like, I fucking love Bleebly. Guns and rain, let's go.
he's gonna become the first Bleebly televangelist.
Uncle Baby Bleebly.
Yep.
I love it. Yeah, you guys are like, it's funny to see. I will give you guys a lot of credit too. You're being like a lot smarter in this town than I thought you might be. Because normally you guys show up somewhere, you're firing guns and you're screaming about how you're a god. So like you guys have been like pretty restrained to being like, we have like actual things we want to accomplish here before we kind of let all that out of the bag almost.
Well, I went loose in the Underdark because of my
Yeah.
people, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta rein it in.
Yeah.
I think
Because now I'm the face.
if we didn't meet Malva, it probably would have went a lot different.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, Malva was obviously me as a storyteller being like, I gotta plant someone where they realize that like they're not all the worst people. Some of them had no idea this shit's happening. Which is kind of the thing with religion. It's like
There's fanatics.
there's fanatics, there's normal people that don't really know, but we'll kind of get to the morality kind of situation you guys are gonna be kind of wading through in this city.
I mean, I could have pulled out the Krizik attempted genocide on our people card on the Krizik believer
Yeah.
and seen her waited for her
see that
reaction.
I think that
She
would have really
knows already.
I feel like that would have possibly blown everything up a little, but
Well,
you
that
guys
was
like
more to like if
Yeah.
her depending on her reaction,
Mhm.
would she have known? And if she knew, then we just go guns blazing.
Yeah.
I think you
I
guys-
suspect she already knows.
Well, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, it was just funny that you guys were like, okay, we're gonna get Stagley on our side. He's the biggest and the dumbest. That's our guy.
And we're gonna
Well,
get
he was the
Joe-
loudest and most immediate. I didn't really have a chance to get the others on our side.
We're getting
That's fine.
Jolib on our side.
Yeah, I like the
I'm
idea
just
of
gonna
like,
stop being like, why isn't the Allfather statue as big as the Krizik statue?
yeah. I mean, hey, that's honestly a pretty smart angle to take in this situation.
I was admiring your beautiful statues out front. but
That's the
one
thing.
was
It's
more
also
than the other.
interesting too about like dwarves is like dwarves. I think typically live around like 300 or 400 years or so. So like for them, the Great Machine War was like 4 people ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
Well, they're grandparents.
yeah, exactly. So like Krizik worship is like new, where like Allfather worship has been like a thing most dwarves have believed since the beginning of
Millennia.
dwarves. So to have this new god seem to sort of like be usurping their old values is going to kind of butt up against a lot of dwarves here. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting to kind of play into that a little bit.
Well, all I know is that in the middle of the night, I'm bringing Cobbler to that statue to devour. You said it was nice granite.
It's good granite. It's real good granite.
I don't have to pay for that granite.
I guess you could do it during your heist at some point if you want to do a little heist adventure.
I can turn you invisible.
Turn Cobbler invisible. We put him next to the
It's just Cobbler floating in the air eating statue.
Why'd I give Red Shadow Touch? What am I thinking?
Yeah, I can do invisibility and hold the concentration for 1 hour. So he, however much he can eat in an hour.
That's
He's gonna put work in on that statue.
Oh boy.
he ate like what 8 barrels in like a second.
He ate a lot very quickly. For me.
Get working on a second hand.
Yeah, I think we might be seeing like Geodude Cobbler by the end of this arc.
Hell yeah.
Damn, I'll try feeding him gems too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's gonna be like some kind of little weird goblin or golem, not goblin, but yeah, I love how you guys. The second there's any kind of like kitchen involved, you're like, okay, we're gonna just get right in there.
Well,
franchise.
I get a cut of what they make off that. So
We just got to figure out how it's going to get to us.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, this is also. I'm like. My like weird like kind of hot take as a D&D player is like I don't really like magic items all that much. Mostly because I like the features you get from your class a lot, and I feel like sometimes magic items can kind of like throw my rhythm off, and I kind of forget about them.
Yeah.
So I do like giving out feats instead sometimes. You guys are obviously going to be getting some cool magic items soon, which I'm gonna get in the homebrew lab.
You're gonna
soon.
get something.
Yeah, I can't wait.
But yeah, and you guys have like really, I think, earned through because you guys have been doing like great role play. So it's like I think the way to reward that sometimes is with feats because there's like a lot of flavor that kind of fits. I think like chef, obviously you've been cooking pretty much every other long rest in this campaign. Long overdue. We're dealing with a lot of cool shadow stuff with you. So shadow touch felt right. And typical Saiyan lore. Every time you get dropped to zero, you got your you got your nat 1. So unfortunately you didn't know that it's because you have strengthened your Zom.
Feeling it in my zom.
Kneel before Shoff. I can't wait to do more stuff with these idiots.
You're literally just doing fucking Zod.
I know. I mean, honestly, all these words are just very Zod-like. Begin the Zolve. Focus your Zom.
I'm curious. How far away is Vaguta?
Vaguta.
I think we'll have to figure out.
I don't know. I think it's going to happen. It's going to happen at like a really weird time. You're just going to have this freak goo land on this planet and be a problem.
Is it going to sense me? Like,
is it just
or is it going to like land on the planet and then
down?
try and find me?
Yeah. It will seek your Zom, Kakarot. I can't wait. I'm waiting because the stat block is a little crazy and we're not there yet. But when Vaguta shows up, I can't wait. So dumb.
I'm going to get hit with garlic gun.
Then we got to make him our best friend.
Yep.
You're going to convert Vaguta?
Yeah, obviously, to the Church of Bleebly.
Damn it. Vegeta's arc is really like a villain to friend arc. So
it's going to be a hard win over. We'll get his phone number. You could call him on the weekends.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I would also like to thank you for the restraint you have shown so far. You guys have not basically drunk dialed the king once.
Oh,
well, I don't want to.
Just you wait.
I'm going to.
We got to.
There's a lot of information. I have a whole checklist.
We got to tell him Jeff's on the way.
Yep.
Well, no, we don't have to tell him about Jeff. Jeff is for
Sloople drip.
Yeah, Sloople
The
drip.
king doesn't like desserts.
I think the king would be pleasantly surprised finding out there's a dessert item.
Yeah, but like,
And then he'll call us. We
yes.
can't keep calling him, all right? We got to make...
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's it. Make him come to you. I get it. All right.
But we also have to tell him about
We will tell him about everything else that's been going on. Like Mad Max Land. I like how I've just been referring to Demon Mad Max.
I've just completely just been like, yep, not going to even like acknowledge it from other people. They do not know what that means.
Magria, but whatever.
Yeah. Listen, people, I just saw Furiosa, okay? I got a lot of Mad Max things in my brain. We're going to be doing a big one. Love it. Yeah, we're not there yet, but it'll be coming up soon. But yeah, we got to deal with our little creeping green. That's the next thing on the docket.
We also have to call the king and see if maybe he can't, like, find the illegitimate love child of Yerg in the clownfish.
Oh, yeah. I guess I could put that in. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Her poor blown out cloaca.
If only there were a brown note.
I just really saw like everyone at the table just be like, fuck, like, trying to hold in how hard everyone wanted to laugh at that. It was so funny. I was trying to think like what a fish has. I think it's still a cloaca, right?
It does it all.
It's an all-purpose hole.
Yeah, I think I know. I don't. What's it called? I'm gonna look it up right now.
Fish pussy.
What is fish vagina called?
That's in your search history.
It's all right. I only use this laptop for D&D.
Oh.
Wait, I don't think they have a cloaca because remember when I looked up the shark dicks?
Yeah, I don't think
And it's like that weird two dick.
They have a genital papilla, which is a fleshy tube close to their anus.
Papilia. Princess Papilia.
This is more than I ever wanted to know.
Sorry, guys. It's because I'm a coach.
This is for the marine biologist.
I was just thinking because I know a frog asshole is called a vent, which I find very funny. I love that a lot. So I was like, maybe they have like a fun name. It's not.
Papilia is awesome.
I don't know. See, my brain it's Papilla, and like the Spanish speaking part of my brain is like genital papilla, but I know it's probably not that.
Princess Papilla.
Princess Papilla. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me write that down. Maybe that'll be the clownfish's woman's name.
Well, is there a half cobalt, half Kuatoa?
We didn't see one in Soluble Drift
I feel like you would have noticed
because the rest were clown or catfish. The only
Not Yahoodle. Yahoodle was a lionfish.
we didn't see anything clownfishy.
Fair enough.
Any of my friends who are wanting to guest on this podcast, if you would like to play a Kuatoa draconic sorcerer, I'm just saying, we have laid the groundwork.
You can be Princess Papilla.
You could be Princess Papilla. I was fun as hell. We got some fucking shit to do in the next one, though, because things are heating up.
Well, the reaching green has reached us, it would seem.
That was really
would
fast.
appear.
It was like over the hill.
Yeah. My whole thing was like, I'm going to interrupt their meeting with the green getting
I
there.
was really hoping to find a druid beforehand.
Well, I mean, we might find one.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea that like, right as you made this deal, the threat is right here. So you're getting an immediate chance to prove yourselves, kind of, if that makes sense.
Are the Briar children named?
I don't think we ever named them.
No,
They were just called
I
the
don't
Children of the
They
Briar.
just had motorbikes, remember?
Yeah. They had ATVs. So stupid. All right. I think we got a spicy one to record still, folks.
No, one left.
One left
And,
for their day.
I gotta keep those rules high.
The saga continues.
Mm-hmm. So,
See, this is what happens when I eat during a recording.
I know. You guys are
Nice.
juiced up. You get the power of a delicious
Completely.
Carl sub in your body. All right. Mark, if you would, take us out.
We are not in any way affiliated with Carl Subs. Please do not take that as an endorsement. They are delicious, though. They're so good. It's a fake name. Cruds. We were eating cruds. These were secondhand sandwiches.
Sure were.
As always, I'm going to plead with you to rate, review, and subscribe to this wonderful podcast, but you're not going to do it because you never do it. I'm sick of it. So just keep listening, you couple people that we have from around the world. We love you all. You're the real ones. If anybody wants to help rebuild the house, you could, spread the word a little. You know how we're constantly trying to mend relations on this show?
Yeah.
Take a page out of our book! Keep it dicey.
This has been a Business Shark production.